Monday night, which is a good night to play D&D with your friends. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. You guys know the shit by now. Player name, player pronouns, character name, character pronouns. We'll start on this side.
What up? It's me, Jacob, Megasource Rex. I'm playing Duncan Dukes, and we are he, him. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm Rita. I am playing Pyrea, who is a wizard, and we're she, her.
My name is Irene. I'm playing Moriana, and we are also she, her.
I'm Mallory. She's Animosity. We're both she, her.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Tiny Gilded Horns, and both of us are he, him.
And my name, as always, is Gideon. Occasionally known as bad at this.
I was gonna say, not always.
My name is always Gideon. Actually, it's just sometimes I lie to strangers on the internet.
What about when you're mingling?
So, are we gonna have to tell that
Nope,
story?
no, we're not.
No.
DM Diaries?
Move on,
We're gonna talk about mingling?
Is that my question for DM Diaries?
Is that gonna
Who's
be your
mingling?
question for DM? When will you wear wigs?
Have you worn wigs?
I play a whole lot of people since I'm your DM with a whole lot of pronouns, including Hilarial, the person that you, the elf that you guys just briefly saw. Some of you less briefly than others. Who is she, her?
Is she Hilarial Jalarial? Holly Jolly for short.
Who knows?
Write that down. Now she is bitch.
It's the delete key.
God, that's better. So, last we left off, you guys finished up the Black Cabin, your business there. You got a little bit of insight into your father's disappearance from the Black Cabin, which you had shockingly few questions.
Schmuck.
Look, I thought that presumably meeting the ghost of the person who saw your father last, you would have more questions for him before you guys were done.
If I could kill him again, I fucking would.
Okay,
dude.
my
You kinda
assumption
did.
for this, when I walked in there, is that Dad was already gone, and that, what's his face? McCready?
Macretus.
McCretus just rolled in after he left, and he was like, well, I guess I can work in this cabin now, and just fucking took over, I guess. That was my assumption.
Your dad invited Macretus there.
I'm sorry.
More like...
Deletus.
So since we're not bringing him back,
So anyways, he passed on,
Excretus should have been
and
deleted as
Lathander
fetus.
blessed you all. The blessing will not affect you until the next dawn. But
Oh, I already wrote
Lathander
it
blessed
down.
you all because you
Too
fixed
late.
a device which seemed to be almost a pocket mythalar, some sort of ancient device related to the
My device.
Netheril Empire that seemed to lose its luster once it was fixed and activated. And upon activation, the sun has been seen in the sky for the first time in over a year.
Could other people see the sun, or was this just relative to this area?
There is basically, so the sun can't be seen everywhere, but everywhere people can see, like, just a patch has opened up in the sky and sunlight is pouring down in like a mile radius of the Black Cabin.
Oh, shit.
The sun was seen. Show me to me, Rachel.
Dude, sun mentioned. It was big. So yeah, you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Oh, and of course, you guys are back from the dead. The strange ethereal plane on the other side of the Black Cabin.
they had found a weird necklace. Do they still have that?
Yeah.
It was Macretus's necklace.
It
His
is,
worship.
yeah, it
Gotta
is-
prove that we did find him.
Yeah, it's Macretus is totally simple. Yeah.
Having now been dead and realived, do I get my spell slots back?
No. You're brought back as you were. If you have something to say, feel free. If you want the space to say something. And then a elf maiden with a strange bow with some sort of ethereal string that smelled of what was it, peppermint and
Cinnamon.
peppermint and cinnamon. That's right. That smelled of peppermint and cinnamon. Broke into the trailer with the prisoners in it while you were watching. You came back, found her there. She shot you with some sort of arrow that left you charmed under her influence. And the crazy thing about that is you're still charmed. You're just gonna keep being charmed until somebody does something about that. There is no repeated saving throw. I know that's a saving throw that happens once, and then somebody has to do something about that.
Dude, I think even if we did something, Duncan would still be charmed.
She used that opportunity to distract you and then escape. Which she only very narrowly did, in all honesty, is you're like 5 feet slower than her.
Not anymore, baby.
Not anymore.
We're fucking mobile.
Does her speed say 55?
Oh boy, howdy, he was
That's-
45 before.
That's how he was able to keep up.
Speaking of which, everybody leveled up. You were looking at adventurers who were stronger than the day before, faster than the day they were before.
Oh yeah.
ASI'd up in here.
A little bit of cardio and you're
I
like,
didn't ask my
finally
eyes.
I can run fast.
It's sort of a
You
one-punch man
Throughout the night,
situation.
you did 30 push-ups.
This
Look,
is your...
my cardio game, strong.
How do you save someone who's been charmed?
Cold water enema.
Oh. Straight in the butthole, huh?
That'll shock anybody out of
Up in there.
anything.
Did Duncan come back?
I think we left off. I was in the middle of the woods.
You would stopped at a certain
Yeah,
point
I'd stopped
when
because
you realized.
yeah, she got too much of a lead on me and I couldn't follow her anymore.
Weird.
You said, I'll find you.
I'll say your speed was 45.
It was.
You're like 180 feet away.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
No, I could see that with my eyes.
Duke.
What?
Are we catching up?
Did we drive up on him?
I'm not driving up on it. It's
You guys
not
watch
a
him take off
road.
into the woods.
Where are you going?
Just fucking Terminator
Did she
sprinting.
steal your money?
Just fading into the
Yeah.
woods.
Load all your stuff into the wagon. We gotta go.
Glad we can count
Tiny,
on
can you go get Duncan?
Oh, sorry. Actually,
hunt down thieves.
the effect ends.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Oh,
Am I aware that I was charmed? Is it one of those where it's like the
you know afterwards.
yeah?
Now it's turn.
Because I know like
That's what happens with Mind Reader, right?
Wisdom saving throw is
Yeah.
charmed.
Fail.
The effect ends when
Well,
we-
some charms make you hate the person afterwards once they realize.
Yeah, some charm effects come with like wild shit. That's basically what Friends does.
Friends.
Yeah.
makes an enemy after
Friends,
6 seconds.
yeah.
Friends turns somebody into an enemy. Puts a clock on when they will be your enemy. Especially fucking fast friends. Jesus.
More like slow enemies.
Evil fast friends. Cast slow enemies. It doesn't say anything here about you being aware. So
Okay.
I'll say
Is that
make
a
a
vibe check?
either an insight or history.
A boner check.
if I roll the history check, does this also come with a noggin flashback?
Yes.
Okay, that would entice me to actually roll. Otherwise, I was going to opt to just fail the check because I'd rather be ignorant.
I'll say yes if you succeed. I'll say any history check you succeed on has an opportunity to maybe stimulate some activity.
I'll leave that one on. I'll put a pin in that one. We'll leave that one on the table because that is a big ask on your part. But I'm sure you've got like a whole repertoire of memories for me to have. Let's see, and then history. So that's going to be a 17.
A 17 is a success.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you realize that you're able to sort of pierce the haze that you were just under and sort of scribe through those memories. You were hit with an arrow, and then immediately after you were hit with that arrow, your feelings for that person immediately set in. So you feel like those two things were connected. You certainly feel that you were charmed. How unpleasant the resulting activity was, purely up to you. But yes, you are aware that you were charmed. And there's something about her. You are certain, dead certain, that was a Feywild elf. They are not from the prime material plane. You have no idea how you could put your finger on that, but you just know.
Gotcha.
Not the first time you've
You said hey to the Fae?
Yeah.
more than one way.
So Duncan just kind of standing there, letting his mind slowly cut through the confusion, and then he'll begin his walk of shame back.
Mr. the Duke?
I'm so glad we can always count on Duncan to guard the wagon materials. Did you see the ambition which he hunted down that thief?
Yeah, he was
I've
really
never-
He was
sure.
after them.
I've
Well,
never
he-
seen him
yeah.
move that
I
fast
didn't know
before.
he could move that fast in that much gear. He was really hunting them down, and I'm honestly
Did you get him,
really
the Duke?
impressed.
No.
That's all right. You can't
Hey.
get them all.
You'll get him next time, champ.
Do you guys check the wagon and all?
You look fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely.
I
We
didn't
would have
know
checked the
this.
wagon first. This is just a funny
This is
thing.
afterwards.
We
Yeah,
checked
You're
the
not, you're
wagon.
not engaging in this. Make either investigation or perception.
Dude, I don't know. Last time I was here, I was
I'll
alive.
say investigation if you're getting, if you're gonna like really turn stuff over and look around. Perception for just like a once over.
Dude, Moriana's breaking out her spy glass.
Magnifying glass.
As a quick question, proficiency bonus at level 8, is that plus 3 or plus 4?
It's 3. It goes up to 4
So
at 9.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. Like,
You're good.
Nice.
How dare you? You forgot one of the 5 billion rules that this game has.
16
Five
for
E's actually
investigation.
really rules light. So
In terms
the-
of
the
D&D editions, yes.
tabletops in general,
I was doing perception for a once over.
there's so many that are ultra
That was
crunchy.
a 21.
21.
I got
can
16
do
on
that thing for you.
investigation.
16
I
investigation.
didn't do perception.
Neither of you see anything off here. You spot that the places where there's like almost slightly illuminated footsteps that seem to chart her movement in here. She seems to walk in, look around at the 3 of these individuals, and not approach any of them, and then turn and leave.
Wasn't she like on top? I'm sorry to question the canon of what you just said, but wasn't she like above the 3 prisoners while they were like all slumped over when we said we walked, or when he said he walked in?
No, they were just seated.
Is her see invisibility still up?
I don't think so. I think it would have passed by now.
Been a minute.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a
it's
while
been
of you
more
guys
than-
fixing the orb.
Because you guys had to
That's
do the
true.
work for like 10 minutes.
What did he? Yeah, the prisoners are still in the condition they were left in.
Alright.
Alright, should we, keep looking for your father, Pyria? I mean, that's why we're here, right? To look for your father?
Yes, but it seems he's not here, and our second priority now should be our main priority should have been from this entire time is the prisoners. This
Getting
was
to
just a
Revel's
pin
End.
stop.
Let's go to Revel's End.
Bingo.
Okay.
You okay, Dunk?
And then I don't know about it.
Why don't you two rest in the wagon?
Because they were crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer the turn Well done.
Well done. Yeah. Does anyone volunteer to drive this time?
Yes,
You want to drive?
every time.
Okay, Tiny, you can drive.
It's so much fun.
Would you
I
rather?
go like
Would you
this.
rather rest or sit with Tiny and drive?
I can be out front. We
Okay.
can put the dynamic duo back together.
Dynamic duo in the front.
Said we weren't gonna do this. Ladies in the back.
Alright,
Bitches
You
in
two
the
can
wagon.
you two can rest, and I'll keep an eye on the prisoners.
Before we start resting, I am gonna invest. I want to look at like the footprints, and I want to see if like I can tell if they're magical or what kind of magic they are.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Arcana.
I do want to know Tiny's
9.
bro therapy.
Dirty.
9.
A natural.
It was a
nine.
natural
This-
one.
Come through it.
Magic is foreign to you.
This magic is magical.
Not the only thing that's foreign to you. Am I right, High Elf? Actually, that is really weird. You don't recognize Faye.
So, you were really after that lady who was in our wagon. Did she take something from you?
In a way.
Sorta. She shot me.
She shot you.
Yeah.
I wish I knew and I would have shot her back.
And then she gave me the tongue tickle, you know, the tonsil tussle.
She
And then
what?
she bolted. And then I chased.
Are,
There's
So you were
not
into
very
that?
many people who are all that much faster than me. And she outran me. What the fuck was all that about?
I don't. I've
the fuck
never
does that
had
mean?
a girlfriend.
I don't have a group.
Tiny's never.
I mean,
Don't drop that lore on us right now.
I mean, from my experience,
Wait.
High school, from
It's
my
time to-
vast experience.
Go ahead, but you're gonna have to roll deception.
Stealth.
girls will shoot you if they're really into you, and then running away. That's even a better sign.
Deception check.
He's got that playground logic.
Pigtail pulling. How do we do?
Let me see. 2.
Am I rolling insight?
Make an insight check, yeah. Beat it 2.
I opt to fail.
You elect
He trusts.
So
he trusts Tiny.
here's what I'll say. The three of you in the wagon, you hear this through the wagon wall. You hear maybe the most booty advice anybody's ever given about relationships.
Animosity. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no,
Where
I
she's
do
like,
want to say
"Miss
in
Jackson,"
character,
and
Tiny
she's
did
just
say,
like,
"Well, I've never had a girlfriend," and then said,
Animosity
"In my
watches
experience."
So here's the thing. It's like, you are like, I've gone to something. Honestly, it's to the point of which, you ever give somebody advice and you're like semi-sure of it, but then the person receives it really well and you're like, yeah. That was good advice. you got a little bit of confidence.
I should start a column.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like that's
Yeah.
a different experience.
Back home, they used to hit me with beer bottles and kick me in the nads.
Oh, buddy.
They must have really liked me.
So first of all, take an inspiration. You can do an inspiration because, fuck, that's insane. The three of you have never been more certain in your entire lives that neither of these men
I've been in a relationship.
have been in a long-lasting, healthy relationship.
I tell the prisoners to shut up. Shut up.
They're gagged.
We all make eye contact. I tell the prisoner, shut up.
Shut up! Animosity out of character. Just whoop charmer in the back of the head. Just
Unnaturally hard, like
Unnaturally hard.
Stay hard, so you don't have to get hard.
pretty much.
So eventually you guys make your way northward through the tundra.
Don't interfere with us.
So we're just not gonna let them watch the wagon again, right?
Just
Do you guys have anything you'd like to do on the wagon ride? The next thing that will happen is you guys will come to a rest in the evening.
Can I try to practice the harp again?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a performance check. And I believe you double your proficiency with instruments. Instrument.
I don't know what that means.
So whenever you roll, you add the relevant skill
And
modifier,
add your-
and then the proficiency. You just get to do proficiency
So
twice.
instead of +3, it's +6.
And then, is it charisma?
Performance
Yeah,
is
for
plus
performance.
5.
Okay, and then another 3. Oh, well, that should be a +6 now
Oh, okay.
because your charisma went up. So
So this should be plus 6.
Oh, you took the ASI?
Yeah.
Nice.
And this should be, so it's plus 9.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's basically like expertise, which is an ability that doubles your proficiency.
Okay.
So what'd you get?
23. I don't know how to do math. I'm
Damn,
sorry. That's all
you
that
got
happened there.
23?
Yeah.
Honestly, sounds really great. You're kind of killing it. It feels very natural. The way it is organized.
how jealous is Kingmaker?
That the first day I was going like.
Because he's also a bard.
He does not play any instruments.
Well, he's
Strictly
the only bit.
oration.
Yeah, he's a College of Whispers bard. That is not his specialty. Humans are his instruments.
Okay.
So what happens?
You produce a very melodic. How's your sort of? How are you feeling at the moment?
I don't know. I think animosity is feeling strange because she's really happy that her friends came back to life. She really liked these two out of our group. No offense.
We left
taken.
with Tiny and the dude.
But she's extremely relieved, extremely happy. But she's also very torn because her beliefs in how the universe work have been challenged by the fact that when people die, they don't come back. But recently, that has not been true.
That's happened twice.
Yeah,
Well, 3 times. if
because
you
they
count
brought the
first.
prisoners back. Yonder brought the prisoners back, and then they've been brought back to life.
You know what? You're literally playing this on the harp. Is just the. I think that sounds like a piano. You're just playing the piano part of this on your harp. It's definitely a feeling of like the world's bigger, and all of the hope, curiosity, and concern that comes with that. Yeah, it's you feel pretty confident with the harp. You definitely feel like it's starting to click.
Do I get anything for practice?
You already have expertise.
And you hear Tiny just cry. Yes, he's. This is just so beautiful.
I would like to continue to inspect the now extinguished object. That
Ain't got no gas in it.
Make an Arcana check.
I mean, I know, but I'm just. This is like everything I study.
Put gas in there. Gas.
12.
This is definitely a smaller Mythalar.
Yes.
Is certainly what this is. You still can't figure out how anybody could possibly make this happen. Even if this thing, which only does something once, right? You cannot fathom how anybody could possibly arrive at that conclusion on their own. It would either be truly a miracle of science, like somebody just this guy caught lightning in a bottle with this, or more interestingly, he's seen one.
And this
You wanna
this
meet my
wasn't.
Is this the vibe?
It depends on if your dad was an inhabitant of the civilization or an observant. That's what I'll...
I will say, have you told them what race your father is?
Yeah. They would know.
So you know.
He's a dwarf.
Dwarves didn't
Don't
live
live
above.
that long.
No, dwarves didn't live above ground. During the era of the Netherese society.
So then he couldn't have been an
Yeah.
inhabitant.
Members of Netheril were pretty exclusively, like, halflings didn't even evolve yet from human lineages. They were human, and with some rare exceptions of elves who decided to stay on the material rather than live in the Feywild during that era. The Faerun was truly a world of men during the Age of Netheril.
So, Pi.
Mhm.
Where did your dad live before he moved out here to continue his studies?
Where did we live before we moved out here to kill?
Honestly, no matter where you guys have lived, your dad traveled a lot. Your dad pretty consistently came back here. Like the Black Cabin, he would frequently stay at. He tended to... You don't know much about the way your dad was before he found you. And even then, like when he found you a little bit, you were pretty young. But you do know that he would come up here during the warmer months. So like this was a summer sort of trip that you guys would make to Icewind Dale to the Blackwood Cabin, to the Black Cabin, so that it would be tolerable in terms of the weather. Primarily, I mean, he would hit up places like Waterdeep. You guys have stayed in Ammon is about the south, the furthest south you've gone. In terms of to like the east, sorry, in terms of like to the east, you guys have never like gone past the Sea of Stars in terms of like central Faerun.
So we basically stayed on the Sword Coast.
Yeah, you've spent most of your time in like populated areas along the west side of Faerun.
Okay. Well, it really depended on the season, and we try not to stay in the same place twice, except here, where we came here basically every summer because everywhere else was really warm. Except now. Is it summer right now?
It is currently summer.
It's really cold. This is not the temperature it used to be.
A lot has changed in this region, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Climate change.
Oh, happens to us all.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just tend to follow wherever we wanted to learn more things. Stuck to major cities. I think this is the only remote place.
Okay. And she's just gonna keep turning over the dead orb in her hands.
Can you believe that the sun came out when you two came back alive?
It's certainly ominous.
That the sun came back?
You see that as a bad thing?
I mean, it alerted the elf lady to our location.
Duncan's girlfriend. No.
I think we both heard what Duncan plans to do to woo that lady, and she decidedly will not be his girlfriend.
Run faster.
Hit her more.
No, she hits me. That was the consensus.
Let her hit me.
Tiny said women will physically abuse you if they like you.
Oh, Tiny.
The next time you guys run into
But
each
what
other,
do I
somebody
know?
down on the ground.
Step on me, mommy.
Come on. Anything else?
I would like to look at the letter from my father.
Read that letter.
So you open the letter. The letter is not from your father.
Oh.
The letter is from Copper Knobberknocker,
Oh.
and it is addressed to Macretus. Do you read it?
Absolutely. Macretus is not here. He can't stop me.
Curtis is fucking in the afterlife, dude.
Macretus is
He's dead.
He can't stop.
Again.
Again.
Read that?
Deader.
The letter reads, "We parted on harsh terms. I apologize for the words on my end. You don't need to go to the other end of the world to be away from me. Please stay safe and stay in the sun's safety or whatever." And it says, "Here today, Copper Knobberknocker."
What do you got there, Pa?
Goss.
Tea.
Moria
I'd like a
reads
cup
it-
of tea.
Moria reads it out loud.
Hey. Mind your own business.
Okay.
Up there! Mind your own business! Moria reads it out loud to everybody in the back wagon. And says,
Read it in a whisper so these chuckle fucks up front can't hear it.
Moria reads it in as much of a whisper as she can manage, which isn't much.
If you need another reason to subscribe to our Patreon, this
Yeah, you
is
should
it. The notes at the table.
You should subscribe to the notes tier on the Patreon. I think that's...
That's
Was it Spicy Miscrits?
The first one.
Is it the first one?
Yes.
I think that's Nicey Miscrits.
I didn't realize they were all named like that.
I remember, if I recall, it's Nicey Miscrits, Spicy Miscrits, and Pricey Miscrits. Are the three tiers on the
I feel
Patreon.
like Spicy Miscrits might be misleading.
Ah,
I don't think
feel
so.
like-
Not for $5.
We list what's included. We're not like, oh, Winky face.
Is the fan fiction on Spicy Miscrits tier, yes or no?
That's what I need.
Oh, yeah.
that would be...
Yeah, that would be.
$3? What's that one?
It should be
One,
$6.90.
3 and 5.
1, 3, 5. $3.
Rename
full of good
Spicy
ideas.
Miscrits to whatever else, and then put that one at $6.90.
I
And
would
put it as the
only
fan fiction
for
tier.
you guys. That tier is $12.
Just the family and
One
friends
time
listening.
$12 payment.
Please
Moriana
check
reads it out loud and says, "Who's Copper Knobs
Oh,
Knuckle?"
Macretus
You
is
fucking illiterate.
And we don't know who the priest is.
ex-wife.
Copper Knobknockle.
Macretus says, "Somebody married that chuckle fuck?"
She's great. You'd love her. Everyone loves her.
Moriana presses X to down.
You recall her roommate currently decidedly does not love her.
I'm not saying that part out loud.
Everyone loves her, except for the other people you've met who've met her.
Keeping the quiet part quiet.
The quiet part stays quiet.
Alright, well, that's kind of a bummer. I was really kind of not too sad that he had passed on, and now I feel guilty, and Moriana's gonna hand you back the letter.
Well, and then I fold the letter back up and I take the holy symbol, the amulet, I put it in there with it, and I reseal it as best as I can.
Yeah.
And that goes into the bag.
Anything else?
I would also like to do another activity if there's time.
Sure.
I want to look
Coloring
at.
page, maze.
I want to look at the book.
I don't think you should feel sad because it said stay safe in the sun. And
You
he-
think that's why the sun came out?
And I think he got to be in the sun in the end.
He definitely wasn't haunting the house forever, which is what he said would happen to all of us. So he was wrong on multiple points.
I'm just, he moved on.
Yeah.
And I think Copper needs
To move on to.
not obsess over him.
Yeah.
She really wants to fight him.
Oh, is she like obsessed? Is it that kind of relationship?
She's building a trap room right now in the roof of this church for when Macretus comes back.
Trap room for exes. Not a good look, Copper Knobs.
Maybe
Knuckles.
we could find someone in our travels to hook her up with. Not
Ooh,
not
do a
these
little
two.
matchmaking.
Is your dad single?
On it.
Oh my god.
Trust me when I say,
What I say, but I'm not listening.
David.
Sorry.
I don't think anyone should
Don't
be
listen to them. You
matchmade
can have
with
any
these
dad you
two.
want.
I didn't mean for me. For the copper knobber knocker.
I'm
So
worried about us with these two.
you, just on a cursory glance,
Why are
give
you
me what languages do you read first and foremost?
What languages do I read?
Uh-huh.
So many. Common, Elven, Dwarvish, Abyssal, and Infernal.
Okay. You see written in Dwarven in a hurried hand on the inside cover. Over what would appear to be the title under any other circumstances. Are written, scribbled hurriedly in Dwarven. You must not go to the tower.
Every time he tells me not to do something, I want to do it.
It's a man thing. He's trying to limit us by. What is my box?
It's okay, I'm not listening either.
I didn't hear a thing.
Nope.
I'm just driving the cart, not listening.
Loudly. It's okay. No,
Is there anyone following us? Can I make like a perception check? I'll say it's happened before.
Oh, fuck.
18.
18? You do not believe you are being followed.
Okay, cool. I think we're in the clear, Mr. the Duke.
What? Yeah, it looks fine out here.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's following us.
Wait,
Not doing
what?
any checks.
I don't think anyone's following us this time. Do you think the person who I saw in the tree was your girlfriend?
No. No, I just.
Because elves are she mooch fast.
What?
Can I
And
alter
then-
Additionally,
memories on
the title.
What are you trying to say about elves?
They're quick. And they like trees. I think.
The
The
title
Sylvan kind of elves.
of the book appears to be in Abyssal.
Oh,
Turum,
You.
um,
Hell yeah, nice dude.
it says Turum Secalorum, which in Abyssal means the Tower of Ages.
I don't know. I don't know if she could be in a tree. I guess she could be in a tree. She had
Same.
some goofy ass shoes on. I don't think she's climbing any trees in those things.
I don't know.
But she still
You
outran
do-
my ass.
I will say you do recall hearing the sound of jingling metal.
She was in chainmail.
She had literal bells on.
She had tiny
She had-
bells on her shoes.
She literally had bells on her shoes and hat.
Do I hear the bells?
No.
Bells,
Okay.
bells.
Hey, on the
I
plus
can
side,
hear the bells.
when you hear the bells, you'll know she's coming.
Stop.
Bells.
Yeah, she had bells on her shoes.
okay. I'm gonna continue studying this book when the prisoners are not sitting near me.
Mhm.
But I will close it for now. Notes are taken. And let's go to our resting period, unless you guys want to do shit.
You know,
Or,
They're fucking around.
or do we get to Revel's End before? Like, how long is it taking us to get there?
It'll take you
Couple days.
at least another day's worth of travel to get
Yeah.
there.
We get a long rest before.
So tomorrow
So
night.
next time we're at the camp.
So, do you guys elect to sleep in the wagon, or do you guys try to rough it outside?
I mean, I don't know why we would rough it outside.
Wagon.
I'm sleeping in the wagon. If somebody wants to sleep outside, good for them.
That's on them.
If somebody wants to sleep on top of the wagon, I feel like that'd be very emo and cool.
I was probably just gonna kick up my feet up front.
In the
I figured
bench.
that we could just chill there.
Recline.
At least when we were having our watch, I was going to go into the wagon.
Yeah, I'll
Did
try and
any
catch
of
a
you-
few snowflakes on my tongue.
Did any of you do camp as a kid? Can we like tie a little rope hammock at the top, like weave one?
Animosity
Oh my
absolutely went to
gosh.
Harper Camp.
Oh, 100%. Moriana knows how to tie knots.
This one time at Harper.
So good.
Wait, I use my name drop? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think I'll ever use that ability, actually, because the one time I tried to use it was on the wrong person.
Literally, well, not the one wrong person, but the most wrong person. Alright, so,
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
inside.
be interested. Are you
Well,
taking a watch?
Yeah, I'll
schedule?
take the first watch.
Yeah.
I only need 4 hours, so I'll just take the last 2 or last watch, whatever.
It takes 3. So, we've got the last 2 you're going to be on. You're on the first one. Is that it? One person teams?
I'll do first watch with Tiny.
First watch for Tiny?
And I'll do the second watch. One of the second watches with Pie. Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll do the last one yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What are you doing, Duncan? Looking sleepy?
Duncan's snoozing, dude.
Sulking.
Nobody asked Duncan to do anything.
Sulking, missing?
What?
He's reminiscing.
Urinating?
Let him dream. Let the man enter his
What I'll
dreams.
say is, it would probably make sense for the people taking watches to be outside during their watch.
Yeah, I'll be outside. I won't.
I'm
I'm gonna
take
sit,
watch
sit on
inside
top of
the
the wagon
cabin.
with Tiny for first watch.
So,
So that means everybody
with
else
the
has to sleep
Harper's
inside.
wall?
Duncan, get your ass in here.
Yeah, my whole life.
that's kind of cool.
My hair is down. He
You must
doesn't
know a
know
lot.
I'm an elf.
Of like music.
Oh.
That's the entire.
Admittedly, there's a shit ton of crystals built into you, so that probably grabs a lot of people's attention.
I wear long sleeves and robes. They're built into
That's
my
true.
arms.
That's true.
The
I think
weirder
it's
ones are the ones that I
crystals.
tucked in
How does
behind my
long
eyes.
sleeves help prevent
Hey,
Crystals.
big billowy wizard robes.
Bell sleeves.
bells? I got you. I was just messing
The
in
aesthetics.
lumps. And
I've got
Incredible.
something beautiful I gotta tell you about. Bill bottoms. Sorry.
Suddenly, I have a desire to put my foot on the gas pedal.
God, I have to watch that movie again. I have to.
Oh, God.
That's the rules. So, anyways, first watch. You two are up there on the hood, I guess. Yeah, like on the top of the covered wagon.
Roof.
Yeah. You're on the roof. You guys see that the sun has set, which definitely is a big change from the illuminated mile radius spot that you guys created in the sky.
Can I ask a question before we start watches?
Mhm.
Are we keeping the prisoners awake?
Absolutely, that was the plan, and I agreed with Duncan that it was a good plan.
I imagine we got
You
a
talked me
rope
into it.
tied to like each of their manacles. So like every 6 seconds, one of us yanks on the rope, so they just get jostled awake.
Well, here's what you do.
They have different methods,
I
right?
was gonna say, here's what you do. You get 3 socks. You get those socks wet. Soap, water's getting them. Hang each of the socks above each of the prisoners.
Not water.
And just let them drip down.
We're not.
What torture method are we using this time?
I mean, sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation itself is a form of torture.
We are torturing them.
So we are already torturing them. Anything else is cherry on top.
We just need to get through tomorrow.
How many
Yeah.
days have we been keeping them awake?
Tiny,
2?
you
2
want-
days.
you
Two.
want-
Okay, so they're not going to die of exhaustion yet. We got at
No.
least 4 more days of that.
Tiny wants to do the ropes while we're doing first watch, so
Tiny
he's
Yeah.
roping them.
Alright,
Yeah, that's right.
rope
Ding
the
ding, it's like a bell.
You
Yeah.
rope those
like upstairs, downstairs.
prisoners.
Does Duncan fart in his sleep? Is that what this is?
Duncan's popping his pussy.
No.
I'm sorry, Twitch.
Hey, it's for mature viewers.
18 plus.
Get your children off your butt.
All right.
18 plus.
So,
It's your guys' first watch.
Sure, ropes. They're tied to the prisoner.
Yeah.
We're
Ding,
going
ding.
What are you
for
guys
this.
talking about?
I heard your conversation with Duncan earlier.
oh yeah, he seemed to be taking my advice well.
Can I talk to you about that actually?
Oh sure. Do you need advice?
I'm good.
Okay.
You know, I was raised by the Harpers, and I've seen a lot of, you know, couples, and I've had a lot of like parental figures in my life, and I just want to say, if you're ever in a relationship and somebody's hurting you, I don't think that's a good sign.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well then, why was the person who shot Duncan kissing him?
I don't know.
It seems like that sends mixed messages, but I wanted to like
It is-
put forward a
it's-
confident face for the Duke.
It's
You know.
it's complicated, and I know you love the Duke. He's your friend.
Yeah, I want
He's-
him to feel good about it.
He's like a like a brother to you. Although, no, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say, Irene, your turn to write
Fuck
fan
up.
fiction next.
Oh no.
The Duke is the subject of 2 separate
The
fanfictions.
Duke X Tiny.
The Duke X Tiny.
Slowly it becomes the Duke X every
The
character.
Dukeverse.
The Duke the
Duke X the
Dukeverse.
Duke when.
Duke X Duke.
The Dukeyverse.
Enter the Duke.
I mean,
Anyway, Tiny. If you're ever unsure about relationships, you can always come to the girls about it. Okay.
okay.
We
Is that true for the Duke too? Should he ask you guys about this then?
I don't want the Duke to talk to me about that, to be honest.
That's fair.
I'd rather
Let's say-
jump out of the
I know I talked a big game to the Duke, but I don't really know a lot about relationships.
I heard you said you never had a girlfriend before.
Oh,
We,
you heard that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone around were giants. And I'm very tiny. It's like
Have you ever had a crush before?
I've been crushed.
Oh.
A lot of, like, sports equipment is bigger than a house.
Right.
When you're a giant, my parents told me I'd hit a growth spurt eventually.
Oh, Tiny.
It just never happened. I mean, I grew, but not
Not cool.
not that much.
Are your parents still around?
Oh yeah, they're the ones who suggested I go with the Harpers. They said that seeing the world would give me perspective or something.
Well, I'm glad you joined us, Tiny.
It's not working so far. you've not kicked. You still think you're very tiny. Is that Tiny's arc? Is realizing that Tiny's arc is realizing relative size.
I mean, I don't even ever remember being in the Feywild. It's just always been giants.
Tiny, do you want to learn some music?
Sure. Do you have anything
I'm gonna teach.
percussive?
I'm gonna teach him some like jaunty Harper songs, jaunty drinking songs I've learned for the rest of the watch.
Alright, perception checks, both of you.
9.
I'm sorry, the mathematics part of D&D gets me every time. 21.
21.
That's 7 plus 4.
Yep.
On a
If
21,
everyone helped me.
you look around, you don't see anything.
I'm assuming the 9 that I rolled is Tiny getting really into the songs
Yeah.
and just
As I was going over.
the far famed Kerry Mountains. I met with Captain Farrell, and that's as much as we can play.
I think we're good.
Are you doing your elven?
I'm just meditating, dude.
Oh.
Time to switch.
Yeah.
Pyrea, Moriana. I yank on the prisoners a little bit so they don't go ow or something.
Oh.
I think it's time to switch.
Alright. We head
Here
up
you go.
there.
I'm gonna pass you the ropes.
You
If-
don't
if
have
you
to
yank-
do it this way.
If you
there's
yank on them,
if there's a
they
different
wake up.
way, you want to keep the prisoners awake. You could do it differently.
It's also like a little.
Goes crazy.
Do you guys talk about anything up there?
I don't know. You want to talk about anything? So what kind of magic do you study?
Really old kinds. It's nothing as interesting as like weave stuff, but you know, ancient civilization.
Yeah.
You said you study ether.
Yeah.
Tell me what. Tell me about that. In the same way that somebody's like, oh, chemistry.
Tell me about
What about that?
Well, I opened my like
Some
original
powdered
spell
sodium, some
journal,
water.
and then I
Well, first of all, don't trust addicts. They make that everything.
opened my original spell journal, and I'm like, okay, well, I start with I can gather spells, and I've learned over time to just take those spells and integrate them as a part of my being, and then I pull up my sleeve, and you see like more and more,
Oh,
like
That's-
this one. These series of crystals.
so interesting.
Moriana.
And you use those things in you? I mean, I guess we all have that stuff in us, but you're
Oh god, that dog
putting
knows.
more stuff in you.
Well, yeah, it gives like I can never lose this, like my spells. They are me.
no.
I am them.
Yeah.
Well,
So
except
what
for
if
when I
somebody
get
were
to ascend
take
to a
out?
realm without spells.
What if somebody were to take out a crystal?
No.
Okay. So you're like a circuit board. That I know what circuit boards are. You are like an ancient mechanic that the Netherese has taught me.
Do you want to see the coolest one?
Is it
Is Pyrea going to become a science
is it
experiment?
in you?
Yes.
If it's in you,
I just learned this one.
okay. Okay.
And then I telepathically speak to her like, "Hi, Mariana." And you
Oh.
see my eyes light up.
Telepathically, you feel just overwhelming relief. You have images of Moriano was worried that you were gonna have crystals embedded in like your
You want to see the
midsection,
coolest one?
No.
or
This
like
is my
your-
lower back crystal.
Well, those are the crystals I've embedded straight into my head. The ones behind my eyes.
And you did this last night?
Well, yeah, I meditated on it.
Ah,
I never
how
understood
magic comes
how
to all of us.
Scientists were able to just tell that something was a base. Then I saw their chemical formulas, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. The other one that I have in my eyes, in my head, is this one. And then I put up a palm. I pull out the knife that turned into a person earlier. I just toss it on the floor, and then I cast Mage Hand. But I'm using my telekinetic ability to pick it up and bring it back to me.
Oh,
So I got two.
that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You'd never run out of ammo.
I don't use ammo.
Well,
I use spells.
if you did, you would never run out of ammo. Did your dad teach you this? Is this stuff your dad studied and did?
No, he studied more like physical objects.
Does he
The
have
magic
crystals
part's the
in him?
cool part. No,
Okay.
he doesn't, right?
Huh?
He doesn't have
Boy.
crystals embedded in him.
No. No, that is not something that you picked up from him.
Okay.
Make perception checks, both of you.
Hell yeah, I'm so good at perception. Wham! 19.
16.
No.
You don't see anything.
18.
You don't see anything.
Did you not? Do you have 0%?
However, during the night, it gets to about midnight, and you guys see the up ahead, the aurora starts to streak its way across the night sky. Rainbow lights dancing up above. Begins to start spreading through the sky.
Can I see if this aurora is magical?
Arcana check.
Yeah. Why is it every time I roll Arcana? 9.
I want to see
Natural
if it's
9.
magical.
Okay, go ahead.
All I have to do is get better than that one. It's not terrible. 21.
That's absolutely magical. On a 9, you know these didn't used to happen.
That's true.
When you came up here before the Rime started to spread, there was no auroras.
With me failing these checks, I'm not getting to ask the questions that my character would want to ask. So, this is it. Yeah.
So this is it.
That wasn't always there.
Actually,
Isn't that crazy?
This is the closest I ever feel like to home. But the
Where are
only
you
difference, the ocean.
You. How do you see? No.
The only difference, the only difference between this and my home is that, you know, it's natural where I'm from.
I have to ask. Do you come up to the surface to see the sky where you see it? Or is it like in the ocean? Like, what do you see?
Like the light reflecting through the waves.
what do you mean auroras occur naturally where you live?
It's
It's
like
not
the
that.
waves.
It's, what do you
It's like
mean you can see it in the
light.
ocean if you're in the bottom
No,
of the
no,
ocean?
no. I can't see the north. We don't have the northern. I'm not in the northern seas. You know that, Red. Not a lot of things reside in the northern seas. It's just that the light through the waves. I don't know, Pi. I thought we were having a moment. I'm sorry.
So this fest comes to an end. And eventually you turn
Put me
back
out of
in
my
and
misery.
you remain alone on the top of the wagon.
Duncan will do his due diligence and do the final watch.
Oh, Duncan wakes
Moriana
up.
nudges
Yeah, he
him
won't be a
as
lazy ass. As much as he wants to.
You do see, I will say in character, Duncan didn't say he was going to take a watch, so he does surprise you by coming up and joining you.
You are surprised now.
You are afflicted by the surprise condition for 6 seconds. For 6 seconds you go,
What do you do?
I'm gonna take Animosity's advice and I'm gonna hang out on the canvas of the wagon because that'd be cool. And then he
Badass.
just sprawls out. And then he'll start tracing the aurora with the tip of his spear and trying to catch snowflakes on the end of it.
Are you good, Duncan?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Did you know the lady that shot you?
No? I don't know anybody up in this bitch.
Did you want to know the lady that shot you?
I do now. And then he's gonna just start like flexing his calves, trying to like work his ki to his legs. So he's like, I'm gonna be faster.
Every so often, you watch his calves bulge. And then
Flex, unflex. I'm gonna be the fastest motherfucker up in this snow-cursed wasteland.
Okay.
Stupid place. Stupid snow. Then he's gonna swat Snowflake out of the air with his spear.
Stupid snow.
Stupid snow.
And what do you plan to do when you meet her? Are you gonna like race her or?
I don't know. She got the jump on me. She shot me. She shot me square in the chest. You know how fucking embarrassing it is? I was throwing a right hook and she just shoots me right in the chest.
Mm-hmm. Rangers be ranging.
She's a ranger?
I don't know. I just know rangers shoot from a distance. Typically.
But this was point blank. She basically just like stabbed me with it.
But did she stab you with it?
Yeah, I mean, she let the bow do the stabbing.
Okay.
Just put the arrow right in my chest.
So, still, what are you gonna do when you see her again?
I don't know.
Do you want to try and find her?
I don't want to lose twice.
Okay. Well, it looked like she kind of just stood in the cart. Was she doing anything?
She was standing there about to eat my right hook, and then she shot me. That's what she did.
You're leaving out some key details.
Are you gonna roll deception, baby, or
Yeah, roll some
or
deception.
performance? I
Yeah.
guess. Oh, what's omitting the truth? Because he didn't lie.
make an insight check.
Alive
Me?
amendments
Yeah.
is still on.
For why?
You gotta give the party
20?
the rest of the tea.
20? You can tell that she didn't seem to be interested in releasing any of the prisoners.
Mhm.
It looked like she was on her way out. So it seemed like she was checking what was in the wagon more than anything. She must have been looking for something, and then something wasn't here.
Oh, somebody.
Or somebody.
From the looks of it, she just stepped into the wagon, didn't really care for what she saw. I was gonna clock her one, then she shot me, and then she just thrashed my tonsils real quick and then dipped.
The part that I'm missing is how do you get from being shot to being a willing member?
Look, you ever been shot before?
Yes.
You've
maybe?
been shot?
Probably.
So then you know, like, the first few seconds upon impact, you're not really thinking a whole lot about what you're doing.
I guess you could say it's like instinct there.
Instinct? It was more like surprise. I was halfway to sending her jaw halfway across this fucking wasteland. And then she just turns and puts one 6 inches deep in my ribcage.
Uh-huh.
6 inches.
Halfway, huh?
I would like to make my perception check now, please. I would like to end this
What are
one.
you trying to
Pull the ripcord! Pull the ripcord! Make your perception check out.
In the midst of the awkward silence, Duncan's going to take a moment to reflect on how he's been having flashbacks to things that he doesn't know the origin of. Memories that he's unsure of whether they're real or not.
That's gonna pop.
What'd you get?
About to squirt.
17.
17? you're pretty sure you hear
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
distantly the faint jingle of a bell.
Oh my god.
Rita hears the bells.
What direction?
The bells,
South.
South? That's not where we're headed.
No, we're heading north.
But that means they're
So it's
following us.
Yeah.
And then, jingle, jingle, jingle.
Back rooms, jingle, jingle, jingle. I said your favorite word.
What do I have prepped?
Finger kiss.
Fireball. Brr, 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 brr.
Don't pop the abscess on
Power
the dessert
word
kitty.
stuff.
No, the other toes do that.
Why were
word
you
shit.
squeezing his toe?
I'm gonna cast
Power
Unseen
word.
Servant.
Fuck. Okay.
And I would like to send the servant in that direction.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
As stealthily as I can.
Okay.
Probably
Can you see through your unseen servant?
I do not
You
believe
just
so.
tell
I
it to
just
do things,
I just want it to go in and then I want it to report back.
I think it has to come
Okay.
back for you to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's
it
gotta
goes.
live.
It comes back. And you get a report of that she is sort of in like a little ice cave that she carved out, like a little snow cave. With what appears to be a really long telescope looking in your direction. They also saw a notebook and they were writing, but the unseen servant doesn't read, so it didn't know what was being written.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true off the top of my head, but
That's what you decide.
I said
That's
it
what-
confidently
Hey,
enough that
if
it
you're,
is.
if the real thing
I don't
is
know if Unseen Servant's
different.
gonna read.
No, it's not. Fuck you.
Hers can't.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it assertively enough that it's just true.
Did it look vaguely like an elf lady with big shoes?
Yes. It was the woman described.
I am so afraid to tell Duncan Dukes about this right now.
It's up to you.
Hey Duncan,
Mm-hmm.
if we found her right now,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do? Like if I told you she was like way over there.
Round 2.
Fight.
Third base.
Phase 2.
Phase
Okay.
2 is to chase through the forest.
Well,
First base, kissing. Second base, running through the woods.
Duncan, we're not gonna get
Third
anywhere
base,
standing
Ice
right
smack
now.
in the
cave.
face with the truth.
Third base, ice cave.
And that's what they used to call me in high school.
Ice cave?
That's not what they called you in high school.
How far south? Like
Maybe about like let's call it 270 feet.
As the crow flies.
cool.
I could be there pretty quickly.
Yeah. And then I can get
Just
everybody
sprint
up.
dash.
Okay.
That's what, 2
So-
rounds?
So here's
12 seconds you're there?
I will say this.
Nice.
Just this can proceed the way that you guys want. I will remind you, if you forgot. She didn't seem to speak common. so
Now,
sending
you don't know this.
Hey, baby.
and you didn't seem
Tiny
to
speaks Sylvan.
well, let's say you didn't seem to know the language she was speaking either.
I don't know the language she was
She didn't
speaking.
have to speak it the first time.
Oh wait, I heard something she said, right?
You
Oh
did.
yeah. So you know that? Did you say?
100% I would have.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you do know that he speaks her language.
Nice.
Thank you.
Would that be important to Duncan?
It was just
Sorry,
really
we're
nice little
interacting
moment.
with the stream.
It was a nice
Oh.
little moment.
Oh, Fox Hunter.
Little affirmations.
Love Fox Hunter.
Anyway, Duncan.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna lay back on the wagon and like spread my arms. I'm like, you know which way is south, right? Don't point. Don't point. Just think. Don't.
Praise
I grab his hand. and I
Holding
hold it.
hands.
Praises the
Oh.
finger.
How's she
grabs the
gonna
finger.
feel?
Duncan,
Because she's
actually,
looking.
can you
Immediate
tell
jealousy.
me which way is north?
Which was
That.
Duncan
Survival
points.
check?
Duncan points up.
Okay. That was gonna be the joke initially. I have no fucking
Are you
idea.
proficient in survival?
I am not.
So survival check.
Okay. That's gonna be a 6.
You pick a direction.
Yep.
You feel like that's north.
That way.
Your unseen servant goes and points a different direction.
He's unseen.
It's unseen.
Okay.
They could like draw in the snow.
She knows.
I'm gonna tell the unseen servant to take Duncan west until he's in the trees where she probably can't see him, and then take him directly to her. And then I'm like,
Oh, you're gonna split me up from the party?
I am gonna.
You
split-
feel a tiny invisible, like a child's hand, grab yours.
Fucking smack.
Do unseen servants have hit points?
I
Wait.
How many hit points do they have?
I don't know.
Duncan one-shots the unseen.
Look, I just got grabbed by something invisible. Like, this is all reflex,
Instinct.
baby.
AC 10, 1 hit point.
Make an attack.
Oh my god! Disadvantage because he can't see it, right?
Yes, disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Hey,
This one says dose.
It does. That would be a 9.
Just barely miss. You feel the invisible child's hand let go of your hand and like move away from you.
Duncan,
Something just fucking grabbed me.
take my unseen servant's hand and let them guide you. You are going to go pee.
But I don't have to pee.
Duncan,
He's gonna whip his thing out.
Duncan, listen.
Why would I whip my dick out in
You-
front of your unseen servant?
You will piss. You will piss.
This feels...
Duncan, the elf lady is directly south of us. The unseen servant is going to take you to her, but you have to put up the ruse that you are going to the bathroom right now, so that way she doesn't expect it.
Wait, hold on. That was a lot of words. Can you say that again with fewer words?
Elf kiss lady south.
Oh, okay, cool. And he pointed north. He's gonna start going south from where he pointed.
Gotcha. You start walking. Absolutely. You start walking.
Stop it! Anna's having terrible nightmares.
Stop it!
Uh,
Stop it! No!
I had a terrible dream that you let
Oh my
Duncan
God.
pick a direction and start
Yeah.
walking.
Duncan just like
In the
he's like
field.
stomping his way in his south direction.
Yeah.
And he like pulls up his sleeves, but because he's wearing like the cold underclothes, they just fall right back down. And he's just muttering to himself, "I don't fucking lose a fight, fucking lose a race, fucking
Duncan,
get caught by surprise."
come back! That's not the direction!
What?
It was just a joke. I'm lying.
Make a deception check. It's just a prank. It's just a
prank, bro.
It's just a social experiment. No, dude, this is for TikTok. This is for TikTok.
This is for TikTok.
I'll never forgive you, Cole Sprouse.
Oof.
we'll talk later. That could be your question during DM time.
11.
11.
Yeah. I'm not good at lying.
Make an insight check.
I didn't pick up my dice. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm waiting for prompt.
Yeah, it appears to have just been a ruse.
What? You just fucking lie to me like that?
Duncan,
Pranked you.
my unseen servant is gonna hold your hand right now. And then he's gonna hold his hand. Don't swat him.
Dun, dun. Dun, dun, Duncan. Duncan?
You feel the slowest, most hesitant, invisible tiny fingers interlace your fingers. It's just like, it's that thing where it like pushes the fingers apart to make space for them.
Slowest.
Duncan, he's gonna take you right to her. Okay?
What is this?
Mockery.
I'm gonna command my tiny servant to go there. Go a little bit out of the way and then go.
It starts
And then-
leading you away.
And then I'm gonna wake up Tiny.
Huh?
Fine, but I don't like this.
Do you just wake up Tiny?
I just wake up Tiny.
What's up?
There's
Tiny.
blood, huh?
Yep.
Elf lady that Duncan was smooching.
Okay. I got
Duncan's going to her right now.
Oh, okay.
Can you go follow him?
Sure.
I'm gonna give Duncan a little bit of a head
How
start.
long does that process take? What'd you say?
I would say that process takes about what? She's 270 feet away.
The process of waking up Tiny, or the process of them going?
Yeah, wake him up and talk to him. The head start.
I want to make sure that Duncan has like 170 feet of head start. I want him to be like 100 feet away from her when I send Tiny after him. So that way, when she realizes she's being followed, Duncan can just, you know.
Tiny walks in on them banging.
Tiny sees
So like 3 rounds.
the three-legged beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because his speed 3. So it'll take me. That makes sense. Like 18
18
seconds
seconds.
to wake up, realize what's happening,
Got it.
stand up,
I take my bow and my whip and start walking.
and then from the inside of the cart, I'm gonna point in the direction because she can't see me right now. That way,
Okay.
straight south. Just go that
Do
way.
I go just straight that way?
Just go straight that way.
Okay.
If you don't have an unseen servant guiding you, I'm afraid you might get lost.
Are you staying in the cart or are you staying outside?
I'm gonna go back outside, and once
Okay.
Tiny gets moving, I'm gonna take the cart and we're gonna go. We're gonna go follow them.
Gotcha. How long would you say that takes around?
That takes like 2 rounds.
Do we wake up when the
Whoa.
cart starts moving?
Perfect amount. Well, there's a question as to whether the cart will start moving. In 5 rounds, I need you to make a perception check.
So that's at the start of the.
Yeah. As you're like, you hop out of the back of the wagon, you move around to the front.
Perception would be 11.
Okay.
Okay.
You,
I don't see anything.
there's like a winter breeze of motion around you as suddenly you find this long sort of curved almost something like a blade but it looks almost stylistically speaking like an antler
Okay.
reaches around from behind you and presses up right into the soft underpart of your jaw. What languages do you speak? Just as a reminder.
Common, Elven, Dwarvish, Abyssal, and Infernal.
Gotcha. You hear in a language that sounds like Elvish, but not quite right. the thing presses into your the underside of your jaw, and you just hear like really hushed and quietly.
I'm gonna speak every language I know to see if she picks up on any of them, or they pick up on any of them.
When you speak Elvish, they go, "Ah, fine. I will speak this lesser tongue."
So, I look down. Is she wearing big shoes?
Yes. She also smells distinctly of peppermint and cinnamon.
So, you're the one that's been on Duncan's mind constantly.
Who is Duncan?
The one you found in the cart.
Oh, psychic damage.
Is that a earshot?
The mortal?
Yes. He chased after you?
Yes, shockingly fast mortal.
So, what do you want? How can I help you? And why are you watching us?
I was hoping to speak to the leader of your group.
Is the cart moving right now? Or is it right before?
That's right before.
Okay, then where fucking honk shoe?
The Silver. Where is he?
The Silver?
Make a either history or arcana check.
Arcana
Is
check.
she talking about fucking... what's his face?
Oh.
Yonder? History, you said?
Or arcana.
That's going to be Arcana.
Okay.
I'm letting you know that. 13? 15. Thank you.
You've seen some treatises on the various types of fae refer to Silver fairies as satyrs.
Do we have a satyr? Is one of the prisoners a satyr? Are you a satyr?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, I completely forgot. That's me.
That's the horns. In gilded horns.
That makes sense. Well, seeing as I just sent him after you, you could go and meet him there.
I will settle for a material blooded. I seek, and you see she presents a scroll, like a gilded golden scroll. You see it has the image of a, almost like holographically, the image of a young man, like 16, 17, 18 maybe.
Covering all our bases.
You see that he is, it's an artist's rendering, but it is shockingly, like photorealistic of a younger man.
Okay. And I'm assuming I don't recognize him.
You never seen that guy?
Okay. And I'm just gonna be like, Anne, what do you want with this person? I don't understand.
He is to be protected. He is my nephew.
Your nephew? And... okay, but he's not with us. We're not protecting him. How do...
I can only track Fey energies so well. I assumed that I was thrown off by the presence of you, material blood, the Silver, and the Far blood that you have in your company as well.
The what blood?
The Far blood.
What's far?
Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
what's-
looks like it's
what's
gonna be another
blood?
check.
What's far blood?
Do you just ask her?
Yeah.
Someone whose pure Fey ancestry has been muddied.
Oh.
They are a half or less.
Kingmaker's a half elf, right?
Oh.
No, not King. Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, elves do not pass the vibe check.
Can you tell me which one of us is the fire blood?
They're not elves.
The horns. The fallen one.
A tiefling?
I have horns. I'm a tiefling.
Oh, thank you. That makes sense.
I
Okay.
didn't know tieflings were fine. I don't know shit about shit.
I don't know shit about shit either.
I will say tieflings are not fae, but tieflings
They're
are.
not fae, yeah.
Tieflings are. There are like racially tieflings, but there are also many tieflings who, like, it's somewhere in the blood and it shows up like a recessive trait. So not every tiefling has tiefling parents, in essence, or tiefling grandparents.
So again, why are you watching us in particular? I know you were trying to find your nephew, but he's already not here. You determined that.
You material bloods are always so disrespectful to your elders.
Sorry, Grandma.
Honestly, out of character, I'm on Pie's side. What the fuck does she want?
Yeah.
Not here. Go away.
Thank you. Just from your sleep, I'm on Pie's side.
Uh-oh. What is that?
That
Copyrighted
is
music.
Dream Sweet and C Major, which played by complete accident. I apologize.
That scared the crap out of me. I was like, what's
Said,
I
what
thought
do
that
I want? Bah! An HP bar fills your vision.
You see, she says, "What I seek is a matter of divine importance. A material blood would not understand. A proper silver would.
So do you want me to bring him back?
If you have not, I sense no deception in your voice. I will travel onward to the next signature and hope that it is the right one."
I'll just bring him. I cast message. Tiny.
Hmm?
Message is 100 feet, right?
Message 100 feet?
It could be 150.
I thought message was unlimited.
Oh no.
No.
Message is not unlimited.
Message is not the unlimited
Message is a
one?
cantrip. That message is not unlimited.
Wait a second. I need to find a sheet with it. 120 feet.
120.
This would have been 2 rounds.
I
After
mean,
Tiny left.
Are you going full speed?
My speed is 35 feet.
You going full speed?
Are you
Are
sprinting
you
towards?
sprinting, dashing?
No.
Okay.
They didn't
So
shouldn't tell me
you've only
to.
gone 70 feet.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, am wandering through the fucking woods, holding an invisible child's sweaty hand.
Duncan!
Sweaty. It's not sweaty. It's absolutely
that's
not
sweaty.
sweaty.
Maybe your hand is sweaty, Duncan, and you're projecting.
Look, I grabbed it, I swatted, it was sweaty, we're here.
Your sweat. Someone sweated. I'm not gonna name names.
Somebody's sweaty.
Yeah.
Duncan walks with children in nature canon.
Tiny,
You know, talking about Tammy Brown.
please
I don't see you walking children.
get Duncan and hurry back. I think it's like 25 words, right?
No.
No,
Message
this isn't
is
one?
unlimited words.
Oh. Limited distance, unlimited words. Unlimited
Send it.
distance.
It's also
limited words.
um
I'm
like-
getting that confused. That's my bad.
it's also like you're whispering to them. So
I think you're
like
thinking of
it's hard to
sending.
whisper.
I have sending. I'm casting sending.
Okay.
Just cause.
You could cast sending to Duncan and whisper to me.
Okay. I cast message to you and I say, Tiny, get back here.
Okay.
Lady here.
You were broken up. For nothing.
Oh, it was not nothing. She's
Here.
still here.
Right now.
He also said when she woke him up that he needed to pee, so
Yeah.
maybe we took care of business.
Say you've got to pee. I need to talk to you. You've got a pee. I need to talk to you.
I'm sorry. Unseen servant has a range of 60 feet.
So Duncan has been clenching his own sweaty fist and wandering into the forest.
The best twist. Duncan's just like, okay, and leading himself.
You see she lowers the blade from your throat. Do you turn to look at her?
Yeah, sure.
You see her in all her splendid Christmas glory. You see that it looks like this was half of a double-bladed weapon. Almost like a curved sword that's double-bladed. And as she takes it away from your neck, a little spectral string appears between the two blades, which to turn it into a bow. And she slinks it around her shoulder and goes, I must be moving on.
Wait, he's coming back though. Speak with him.
There is no deception in your voice. You have not seen my charge.
But what should we do if we do? You said protect him, but from what? From who?
You see she
I'm stalling as
breaks
much as I
off
can.
of her belt a pair of silver bells. And you see she gives them to you. Ring those if you see him before I.
If you believe in Santa.
This is Theo. This is absolutely Theo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, of course it's Theo.
Who else is gonna have fucking Christmas all?
How can I stall her for another 6 seconds?
I have no memories of the Feywild. This is not going to be a
Do
great
you
interaction.
do you bring up anything about Duncan?
So, Duncan said you shot him and then you kissed. How did that happen?
Do you attempt to make any... She is studying your face before making a reaction. How do you feel about that?
He made out with your mom.
What?
No, his
Or
aunt.
your aunt.
Your aunt.
My other character's aunt, yeah.
Yeah, how do
Nice.
you feel about what occurred between them?
I am so confused as to how somebody could go from being shot to wanting to kiss somebody. And that is
never heard
all
it.
I'm trying to figure out right
I
now.
mean,
Now you understand
The
the headspace
adrenaline
Duncan
of
is
battle.
in.
You do look
Pi
at this
doesn't
woman.
understand enemies to lovers.
I mean, you do look at this.
Emotions are
You do look at
heightened.
this woman. This woman is
Blood pressure increases.
like
Stuff
extremely
happens.
like Lord of the Rings elf attractive. Like this woman is like
She's drop dead sexy in that Christmas outfit.
She
yeah.
is.
This
I'm imagining
She's a
Galadriel.
hot
yeah.
elf.
Literally transplant like a high like a Lord of the Rings high elf into a Christmas elf outfit. That is this woman. Very much. That's very on the nose.
Still.
Um,
Shot.
You're on top.
You see, she looks at you confused and is like, I apologize, I had to think quickly to get past your concubine?
The best answer. Write that down. Write that down.
Your breeding stock?
Keep
What?
going. I'm taking notes.
He's the muscle of the group.
Yes, your concubine?
Keep
or
ready. Keep
breeding
going.
stock?
Breeding stock.
Look at that.
Muscle.
He admittedly is of suitable composition, but
Write that down.
but I cannot see what someone with a life so fleeting could be used for beyond fleeting pleasures.
Carnal pleasure.
I saw you.
What would you do if he wanted more fleeting pleasures from you?
Well, I saw. The reason I apologize was you entwined hands. Is that not a romantic gesture on this plane?
In that moment, no. It was more of a friendship thing.
Roll deception. No, I'm just kidding.
I have only entwined
Performance.
mine fingers with lovers. Kissing feels far less to me than...
What? I feel like we have this.
He held hands with the little creature.
You see, she goes, kissing is exciting, but not intimate.
Well, see, like,
And you see she leans forward and she's gonna drink it.
I want to say that's
make-
the moment that Tiny opens the door.
Do you make any
That's
attempt,
the
do
fan.
you make any attempt to
I'm
stop
too
her?
shocked.
Yeah, you see she tenderly, like, grasps the small of your back and the back of your neck and just pulls you into like, this, like...
Pyrea!
We're all gonna get charmed by this Christmas elf.
Why are you stealing Duncan's girlfriend?
You're shocked.
Duncan's
It is-
faster. Is he there too?
Rate it. Scale
It
1
is
to 10.
pleasant, and
Duncan stole it.
Does it-
So-
Does it taste like peppermint?
it tastes like spiked hot chocolate.
Oh my god. Are you writing that down?
Yeah.
Good.
And she lets you go and goes, see? Nothing.
No.
Well, then, what if we... But then, like, here's the thing,
I
right?
need not
Kissing-
to take a material blooded as a love.
No. Because, like,
She's a
I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain. I'm
Sylvans are
like,
pro-eugenics.
ignoring Tiny
Mallory.
walking in the room.
Room, you're outside. You're out. You're fully outside.
But then, like, for
Pyrea.
mortals, it's opposite. For a kiss
you
is
were
something
just
incredibly intimate.
Kissing.
And then holding hands is something that you go
Do you speak Elven?
on the way to
no.
to
You
kiss.
do not understand what they're saying.
I'm, like, desperately trying to...
So-
You
explain
just
right
see
now.
I walk up
You
to
see
that,
her just
and
like
in Sylvan, I'm
spouting.
gonna just be like, I thought she spoke Sylvan.
You see, she immediately switches to Sylvan and goes, Sylvan Lord. And she does a deep bow to you.
I'm casting sending.
So I've not told anyone this, but because I was raised by giants, I still took Sylvan as the language because I like to think that my giant parents like taught me about the Feywild, but
Trying to
never,
raise you in the culture.
So it's
but
grammatically.
never let me go.
Yeah.
It's grammatically
so
correct, Sylvan.
I'm gonna
It's
do
no
like a
accent.
weird leaned
You're
over.
gonna use like usted. You're gonna say all Blair so.
Oh, it's
instead of
extremely formal,
Usted. Okay.
almost regal.
Let's hear it.
You're gonna use Vosotros.
Oh yeah. Fair maiden, I see you were making a move upon my companion.
We
I
gotta
was
get
just
Duncan
demonstrating the fleetingness of sexual pleasures. I was doing so as an explanation,
Yes.
my dear lord, for my apologies of utilizing your property.
I see.
I have seen you are quite close to the concubine as well.
Which one are you calling the concubine?
Which one?
The mortal.
Ah, okay. I see. Why have you been following us? Did you need some assistance?
Unfortunately, some wires have been crossed. You are not the Fae I seek. Neither you, the far blood, nor the material blooded are my quarry. I seek my nephew. He is in grave danger.
Why is he in danger?
There are members of the Long Hunt which are currently after him, for he is involved in the death of 2 of the children of a member.
Can I make any kind of check to know any of what he just... she just
You officially don't know what's being talked about anymore because
No.
they switched to Sylvan.
No, absolutely not. I'm
Tiny's doing his best to remember these
I'm
words.
so gagged by concubine Duncan.
Make a
I'm
either
gagged
history
by
or Arcana.
breeding stock.
I want to get
I
Duncan
have
back.
not recovered from that personally.
Yeah, I need
Five.
to make my own.
So I was
health
thinking about
situation
this.
save.
I
Duncan's just been
Did you
marching into the
fail?
forest this entire
Yeah.
time, holding Nolan's hand to guide him, and he has a terrible sense of direction canonically. How is he getting back?
We'll take care of it.
AKA,
No,
he's not good.
my apologies, but
we're not
my
seeing Duncan again.
concubine wandered off into the forest trying to find you.
Tiny's concubine.
I
Plot
see.
twist.
You sent him on an errand.
Yes.
So he has uses beyond the flesh.
Yes. He's quite skilled. Do you think you could, as you're leaving, if you see him in the forest, could you point him in this direction? He was trying to find you.
The hairless ape didn't seem to quite grasp the evolved language that we currently speak.
Oh no, he does not speak Sylvan, nor Elvish. He is...
How do you desire I direct him?
Oh, that's...
Go.
Never mind. We'll figure it out. I'll have one of the other
Oh,
ones.
I mean not to fall short of your needs, Lord Silver.
Think nothing of it.
Well, if I have need, I have left your material blooded a means of contacting me.
Oh, good. If we find your nephew... What does your nephew look like? Does he have the same outfit?
You see, she pulls open the scroll that depicts
A
him.
very different outfit, okay.
Yes. He has never experienced the wild pleasures of the Feywild.
Heidi's never heard the word concubine.
What a shame.
Sylvan. He thinks it means bestie.
100%. You think my giant mother would teach me the word concubine?
You
You
see, she goes, I shall direct your concubine back here post haste.
Thank
And
you. Maybe just point in the
until
direction.
we meet again, dear Lord Silver.
I'm-
And you see, she clasps you behind the head. She does not kiss you. She does,
Be
she does, however, like, just pull you close and just blow gently. It is a cool, but unbitter wind that
Tiny's
she
getting
blows.
blown.
It's how it feels. She basically
How in the open
blows
field.
towards you how it feels to chew 5 gum.
That's a
Tiny's
very
got
good
concubines in different area codes, dude.
She goes, be well. And you see she takes off into the woods.
Okay.
She eventually finds you. You stumble across each other in the woods.
Hey, anything can happen in the
It's
woods.
Ariet Rime.
Oh, those are fucking fighting words.
You see she gestures, goes, Neha eter sorvor. Make an initiative. Roll for initiative.
Later.
God damn it.
You told us last time those fists are ready to eat for everyone.
15.
15. She beats you in initiative again.
Alright.
She is going to make an attack roll on you.
Oh my god. Duncan.
Is she gonna charm you again?
Don't get smooched.
I need you to make a charisma save.
Don't get smooched again! She knows this concubine is spoken
You
for.
said charisma?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. How does this go? 10.
10. You fail. You take...
Again. Oh, Duncan. Poor guy, you know.
After
This is the
leveling, were we at
closest I've
max,
ever
or were we
got
still
to
at our
feeling
previous
bad for
total?
Duncan
Previous total.
Okay.
Well, you've rested, so you're at your max.
Okay.
8, 6, 12, 20...
He's in one fan fiction. and he
You take
becomes a
23 psychic damage,
23 psychic, okay.
and you are charmed.
I'm immediately gonna get a parry
You
and be
see
like,
she just...
what is...
She just...
Okay.
and
I can't carry over this. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Falir.
What?
You see she takes her bow and just draws like an elegant, almost like
Cursive
calligraphy,
arrow.
like arrow on the ground.
Writes arrow in cursive.
So she just like,
Ariasue, Doro Silver.
look. I don't know what you think is going on here. I don't know what that is.
Arrows!
Hell no.
Duncan.
Look, some random person comes up to you on the fucking
You
street
see-
and takes a piece of charcoal and draws an arrow on the fucking ground and starts pointing. What are you doing?
You see, she
What
gets.
the fuck?
I'm not lost.
You gonna start
Duncan.
walking?
I'm not
You
lost.
gonna start walking?
You see, she walks around behind you and just starts pushing you that direction.
Ooh, alright. This is where you want to go? Okay, we can do this. And then he's gonna start kind of like strutting, and he's gonna just make sure that she's pacing behind him.
She's right behind you, hand
Oh,
just
yeah,
on the
well,
small of
come
your
on.
back, just pushing.
He'll like gesture and be like, "Why don't you just come up here?" Yeah. And he'll extend a hand.
You just keep getting pushed. Eventually you break through the tree line.
Does she
My
smack his
lady?
ass?
You see
Does
black-
she smack his ass?
In Sylvan, I'm just saying, thank you. Or my thanks, or what?
My thanks.
My thanks sounds.
gratitude.
My thanks be with you.
I do not see
Also
how you
with-
order this mule around. It is very stubborn.
Yes.
And you see she disappears in a whirl of snow.
I'm gonna turn to Pyrea and say, my parents told me if I ever met anyone who spoke Sylvan to just agree with most of the things they said and things would go well.
Well, did it?
I think so. She brought Duncan back. She said he was... Here, this is the word, and he's just gonna like write out the word concubine in Sylvan. I don't know what this is, but she said he was my this. I think it means friend.
Please show it to me.
Show me to me, Rachel.
Sylvan and Elven have the same alphabet.
Please show me.
I don't
You-
speak Elven.
I would say on an intelligence check, you could recognize that that's probably the same word as. It's like two Latin
Slut.
languages.
Here's
you know
the
what I
thing,
mean?
right?
It
I already
says
knew she said concubine in Elvish. I'm
Yeah.
assuming she said the same thing. I'm like, sure.
And he's my friend, so of
I'm
course
not
I
gonna
said
correct
yes.
him. Oh,
What's
I don't
what's the word for
speak
concubine
Sylvan.
in Sylvan?
Time to make a decision. It's Huradir.
You should call him that.
Radi.
That should be your new malord.
What the fuck? I'm your dear?
Friend. My dear friend.
You guys get to a door. It says speak, friend, and enter. Huradir! And you say the word concubine at the door. The door, this massive ancient elven door goes, what the fuck?
Please call me.
That's what we're gonna leave off for today. We got you back.
Said I'm a deer.
The rest comes to an end.
Sorry, I sent you off.
We'll start next time on a brand new day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Come dice with us next time. Oh man.